Good day, ma'am. I am Liza T. Villaluz from Bachelor of Science in Aquatic Biology. So, today we're going to discuss about mental health and globalization. So, what is mental health? Mental health is an essential component of health. The World Health Organization, or WHO, defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes their own abilities, copes with the normal stress of life, works productively, and contributes to their communities. The promotions, protection, and restoration of mental health is a vital concern of individual, nurses, communities, society throughout the world. So, the good mental health kasi is you know how to manage your stress sa buhay, sa trabaho, sa community, or kahit saan pa. Involves ito kung how you maintaining positive relationship, adapt change, and manage emotional effectively. Mental health influenced by various factors including biological factors such as genetic. Yun na yung mga life experience such as trauma, abuse, and family history of mental health problem. So, globalization. Ano yung globalization? Globalization may define as a process in which of the tradition boundaries separating individual and societies gradual and increasing recede. The process has clearly both negative and positive result and is likely to create both losers and winners. Globalization has promised to grant the world instant communication, fast and efficient means of travel, while widened access to technology, closed borders, cultures, interaction, and globalization approach the environment issue. So, globalization ito is meaning is all over the world is connected. Nangyayari ito sa pamamagitan ng may maayos na technology, communication, or transaction. Globalizations can affect many parts of life. Money, politics, cultures, and environment. Sa economics naman, ang globalization is napapabilis yung trade, invest, and pag-share ng information. Nakakatulong ito para mas yumaman yung mga bawat bansa. We have a three basic concept related to the mental health. We have a emotional, physiological, and social well-being. Emotionals, your ability to cope with both positive and negative emotions. So, emotional is very important sa sa pangkaisipan to each individual. Tumutukoy ito kung paano kontrolin yung emotions, both positive and negative. Yung over emotions kasi is nagko-cause din siya ng stress, lungkot, galit, and anxieties na feel over emotions sa mga problema na nararanasan. Having a good emotional health is nakakabuti to each individual nami-maintain at nababalance yung mga nafe-feel about sa life, na-handle yung stress, build strong relationship with others, make a good decision. Yun ay kung knows mo kung paano ma-handle yung mga emotions. But some people can cause a mental health problem dahil sa mga nararanasan sa buhay. Minsan kasi yung pagpaprioritize sa emotional health is involved dito yung self-awareness tsaka self-care. Next is psychologies. It helps to analyze own behavior, understand how brain responds to certain situation and surrounding, and can even teach a way to switch negative reaction to positive responses. So, yung psychologist is nakakatulong para malaman yung mga action, yung gusto, yung emotion, and para mas makilala pa yung sarili natin. At nakaka-gain ito ng awareness para malaman kung paano mag-response yung utak natin and on processing information, mag-respond sa situation at mag-interact sa environment. Sa pamamagitan ng psychologist, mas nakakatulong na suriin yung mga reason behind sa pagkilos or reaction. Nagbibigay ito ng information para maiwasan yung mga bagay na makakasama sa mental well-being. Bukod dito yung psychologist is nagbibigay ng paraan para maiwasan yung mga masasamang situation or emotions na nababago nito yung mga negative na naiisip, yung mga namamanage din ito yung mga stress na nararanasan at napapalitan ito ng positive thinking. Next is social well-being. Refers to the relationship we have and how we interact with others. So, yung social well-being is tumutukoy sa um, quality of relationship and interacting with others. May kakayahan itong makipag-communicate and build positive connections sa mga nakakasalungo mo. Ito ay saklaw ng emotional and physiological parts of social interactions. Pag meron kang strong social well-being is my ability to join some activities at nagpo-form ito ng healthy relationship based sa tiwala, respect, and support. Social well-being is nangangahulugan ng active participation sa mga social activities sa communities, yung feeling na belong tayo. At ito ay kasama para matulungan yung kasiyahan ng iba, mapalakas yung self-confidence at makabuo ng supportive community sa paligid sa pamamagitan ng pag-aalaga sa ating well-being. Posibleng maranasan ng isang individual ang happiness at malakas na resistensya in emotions na nangyayari sa kanilang buhay. Now, let's proceed on briefly history na i-report ni Janice Torquemado.
So, good day ma'am. I am Janas Torquemado and I will discuss the brief history of mental health and globalization. So, it begins with the ancient perspective that attribute mental health to supernatural or spiritual causes. So, sinasabi dito na nagmula yung mental health sa mga sinaunang pananaw kung saan yung mental health ay sinasabi nila na gawa ng mga bad spirit, kaya gumagamit sila ng mga ritual or religious na gawain para sa panggagamot. The emergence of psychiatry in the late 19th century brought a more medicalized approach to the mental health. So, yung pag-emerge ng psychiatry, dito nila mas naunawaan kung ano nga ba talaga yung mga masasamang nagdudulot ng mental health sa mga tao at lalo na sa globalization. Kaya mas inaalam nila kung paano nga ba talaga ito matutugunan. In the mid-20th century, global mental health movements led by organizations like the World Health Organization recognized the need to address mental health on a global scale. So, simula nung mid-20th century, nagkaroon ng mga kalusan tulad ng World Health Organization. Ito sila yung tumutugon sa mental health at kung paano nila ito susolusyonan yung mga gantong problema. In recent decades, global mental health initiatives have aimed to address disparities and care, reduce stigma, and promote mental well-being. So, sa mga nakalipas na dekada, yung World Health Organization is nakikipag-collaborate sila sa government to support them and to have a good solution in this problem, and to promoting mental health well-being of every individual. So now let's proceed to the current update, which is i-report siya ni Alvina Bordo. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Alvina P. Abarda from BS Aquatic Biology. Now, let's proceed to the current update of mental health in globalization. In 2024, global mental health will continue to require attention and active prioritization by workplace leaders. And 7 out of 10 people worldwide struggle with mental health issues, contributing to $1 trillion in lost productivity due to SNT and depression and global economy. For the first slide naman in 2024, mental health are required or we need to attention and active priority for leader or our mental health worker. Sa 10 people, who are 7 na lang ang yung nakasurvive sa mental health. And marami rin yung na-depress sa ating global economy dahil sa ating issues ng global mental health. So, sa next slide naman is in 2024, social determinants will continue to impact 10 mental health particular affecting girls, LGBTQ+, and children or black girls in the term of depression and suicide and rates. When employees, child or 10 face mental health struggle without adequate support, it can drain their energy, hindering their ability to be fully present or at work, both physical and emotional. And the next naman is patuloy pa rin yung nakaka-apekto sa social determinants sa part na ito. Ang mental health naman is affecting dito is yung mga LGBTQ+ and children or yung sinasabing black girls sa madaling sabi. Pero mas high rates dito yung depression and suicide dahil sa walang sapat na support. And sa last slide naman is yung the spotlight on mental health in 2024. In 2024, mental health is not only solidifying as a workplace concern, but we're also delving into the nuance of this issue, social determinants of health, family dynamic, and necessity for global solution and value-based care models are rightfully talking center stage and discussion on employee wellness. So, sa last slide is yung mental health for the last slide is it is not only for solidifying as a workplace, but we're also delving into the nuances of this issue. So, sa part na to is hindi tumataas dito yung mental health dahil sa mas umaangat na sila and yung parang like may gumagabay na and that's all. Now, let's proceed to the advantage and disadvantage of mental health in globalization.
Good day, my name is Sandra Merigoma and I will discuss disadvantage and advantage of mental health and globalization. Advantage. Advantage that promote of mental health awareness and dissemination of mental illness on global scale throughout globalization. Information about mental health issue, coping strategy, and support system can be shared widely, leading to increased awareness and acceptance of mental health challenges. The good effect of globalization ay nagbibigay siya ng impormasyon about of mental health and how to prevent mental illness through globalization information of mental issue. Ang paraan para maibahagi ang kultura sa iba't ibang bansa, leading to increased awareness and acceptance of mental health challenges. Disadvantage. Disadvantage that potential culture insensitivity of mental health intervention as a result of globalization. Standardized method of mental health care may overlook the culture difference and diversity among virus population and resulting effective and sustainable treatment. Sa madaling salita po, ang globalization ay maaari ring magdulot ng hindi magandang epekto sa kalusugan na possible na hindi na tayo magkaintindihan sa cultural intervention. Because of globalization can promote the adoption of stabilized and approaching of mental health. na consider na hindi mabigyang pansin ang culture at ikakalala pa ito ng mental health. Ang intervention po ay mahalaga sa mental health to encourage culture knowledge, respect to be effective and helpful for individual para sa iba't ibang culture sa bansa. Next is two cases example na i-discuss ni Jackie J. Aberion.
Good day, ma'am. Now I will discuss the cases example of mental health in globalization. My cases example is globalization and mental disorders. Despite the understanding that mental disorders have psycho-biosocial origins and are influenced by the social environment, predicting the impact of globalization and the prevalence and course of psychiatric disorders remains challenging. This study delves into the relationship between globalization and mental health. Now, what is globalization? Globalization is the interconnectedness of the world through trade, communication, and the flow of ideas has had a significant impact on mental health and prevalence of mental disorder. Because of globalization, individuals have been exposed to a wider range of information, experiences, and stressors which can have both positive and negative effects on their mental well-being. Now, what is the impact of globalization on mental health? I have one example of impact of globalization on mental health. This is a cultural shift o pagbabago ng kultura. Ang halimbawa nito yung sa pagbabago ng gender roles, di ba? Ang kultura nating mga Pilipino ay yung kung babae ka, ikaw yung maiwan sa tahanan nyo, mag-aalaga ng pamilya o gagawa ng mga gawaing bahay, habang yung lalaki naman ay siya yung maghahanap buhay o magtatrabaho para sa pamilya. Pero dahil nga sa globalisasyon, nabago ito. Baga, pansin din natin, di ba? Karamihan ngayon sa kababaihan ay yung siya na yung nagtatrabaho, naghahanap buhay, habang yung lalaki naman ang naiwan sa tahanan upang mag-alaga ng mga anak at magbantay ng bahay o mag-ayos o gumawa ng mga gawaing bahay.